Jake. Hi. Good morning. I'd like to mail a package and also buy some stamps. Mr. Smith. Good morning. You're in the right place. I can definitely help with that. Have you mailed a package here before? Jake. No, actually, this is my first time. I'm not really sure how it works. I don't want to mess anything up. Mr. Smith. No worries at all. That's what I'm here for. It's actually pretty simple once you know the steps. Do you have your package with you? Jake. Yes, I have it right here. I just don't know what kind of delivery I should choose. Mr. Smith. Let's go over your options then. We have a few choices: standard, express, and overnight delivery. It all depends on how quickly you want it to arrive. Jake. Can you explain each one? I don't really know the difference. Mr. Smith. Absolutely. So with standard delivery, it usually takes about 5 to 7 days for the package to reach its destination. It's the most affordable option. Jake. That sounds good. What about express? Mr. Smith. Express delivery is a bit faster. It takes 2 to 3 days, but it costs a little more than standard. Jake. And overnight? That sounds really fast. Mr. Smith. You're right. Overnight delivery is the quickest. Your package would arrive the very next day. It's convenient, but is also the most expensive option. Jake. Oh, okay. And how much do each of these cost? Does it depend on the package? Mr. Smith. Yes, the cost depends mainly on the package's weight and size. For a package like yours, standard delivery might start around $5. Express could be about $15, and overnight could be up to $30. Jake. I see. I think I might go with standard since it's not super urgent. Mr. Smith. Good choice. Standard delivery is reliable, and it should work well if there's no rush. Jake. Great. So what's the first thing I need to do? Mr. Smith. First, we need to weigh your package so we can get an exact price based on the weight. Let's place it on the scale here. Jake places package on the scale. All right, done. So now what? Mr. Smith. Perfect. Your package weighs just under 2 pounds. So with standard delivery, it would cost $5.50. For express, it would be around $16, and overnight would be about $32. Jake. I think I'll stick with standard then. It seems like the best option. Mr. Smith. Sounds good. Now the next step is filling out the shipping label. I'll give you a form where you'll write the recipient's address and your own return address. Jake. Got it. So I just fill in my information and the person's address it's going to? Mr. Smith. Exactly. You'll also want to write clearly so there are no issues with delivery. Jake. All right, I'll try to be as neat as possible. I hope my handwriting's okay. Mr. Smith. Don't worry too much about it. As long as we can read it, you should be fine. And if you have any trouble, just ask me. Jake. Thanks. Oh, and I was wondering, is there any tracking available? Mr. Smith. Yes, you can add tracking to any package. With standard delivery, it's just a small extra charge. It lets you keep an eye on where your package is. Jake. That sounds good. I'll add tracking then. Mr. Smith. All right, I'll include that. Tracking is a great option if you want to make sure your package gets there without any issues. Jake. Thanks for suggesting it. And you mentioned stamps earlier. I'm not sure what kind I need. Mr. Smith. We have different types of stamps depending on what you're mailing. Are you looking to send regular letters or something else? Jake. I'll probably just need stamps for letters. I'm mailing a few to family members. Mr. Smith. In that case, regular first-class stamps should work. They cover the cost for a standard letter. Each stamp is 63 cents. Jake. How many would I need to buy? Mr. Smith. It depends on how many letters you're sending. We also sell books of stamps if you think you'll need more in the future. Jake. Maybe I'll just buy a book of stamps to have some extras. Mr. Smith. Great idea. A book of 20 stamps costs $12.60. It's a convenient way to have stamps on hand whenever you need them. Jake, that sounds good. I'll go with that. Mr. Smith, perfect. I'll add that to your total. So to recap, we have standard shipping with tracking for your package and a book of first-class stamps. Jake, got it. Thanks for explaining everything. Mr. Smith, my pleasure. Just finish filling out the form and I'll get everything processed for you. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. Jake, thank you, Mr. Smith. I feel much more confident about mailing things now. Mr. Smith, glad to hear it. Just remember, we're always here to help if you need it. Mr. Smith, all right, Jake, here's the form for the shipping label. You'll need to fill out the recipient's address in this section and your return address here. Jake, got it. So I just put my address at the top and theirs in the main box? Mr. Smith, exactly. Make sure the recipient's address is clear so there's no confusion. If it helps, you can use block letters. Jake, good idea. I'll do that. Oh, I wanted to ask, is there any insurance or extra protection I can add? Mr. Smith, yes, we do offer insurance. It's optional, but it covers the value of your package in case of loss or damage. You can choose the coverage amount based on how valuable your package is. Jake, that sounds useful. How much does it usually cost? Mr. Smith, it depends on the value you want to cover. For example, if you want $100 worth of insurance, it would be around $2.50 extra. Jake, okay, that sounds reasonable. I'll add $100 insurance just in case. Mr. Smith, good choice. And you already added tracking, so you'll be able to check where your package is along the way. Jake, perfect. I think that covers everything for the package. Mr. Smith, great. I'll take this form from you and start processing it. Now you mentioned wanting to buy some stamps too, right? Jake, yes, I need some stamps for regular letters. I'm sending a few letters to friends and family. Mr. Smith, Miss Lopez is here and she can help you with the stamps. She knows all about our different types. Miss Lopez, hi, Jake. I hear you're interested in buying some stamps. Jake, hi. Yes, I need some for regular letters. I'm not really sure what kind I should get. Miss Lopez. No problem. For a standard letter, our first-class stamps are perfect. Each stamp covers 1 ounce of mail within the country. They're 63 cents each. Jake, all right. How many do you think I should buy if I'm sending a few letters? Miss Lopez, if you think you'll be mailing often, we sell books of stamps with 20 in each. A book costs $12.60, so it's convenient if you want a few extras. Jake, that actually sounds like a good idea. I'll go with a book, Miss Lopez. Great choice. Now, if you're interested, we also have some collectible stamps. They have special designs and can still be used for regular mail. Jake, collectible stamps? That sounds cool. Do you have any I could look at? Miss Lopez, sure. Let me show you a few. We have a set featuring famous national parks, another with historic landmarks, and a few holiday-themed ones. Jake, oh, I like the national parks set, but do these cost more than regular stamps? Miss Lopez, they're a little more, yes. Collectible stamps are usually about $1 each, depending on the design. They're fun to collect or send as a special touch. Jake, I think I'll stick with the regular book for now, but it's good to know for the future. Miss Lopez, no problem at all. Here's your book of first-class stamps. Jake, thanks. So, is that everything? Mr. Smith, yes, let's just go over the total. For mailing the package with standard delivery, tracking, and $100 insurance, your total is $8. Plus, the book of stamps is $12.60, so the full amount is $20.60. Oh, Jake. All right, that sounds good. Here you go. Hands over the payment. Miss Lopez, thank you, Jake. Here's your receipt. The tracking number for your package is printed here. You can use it to check your package's progress online. Jake, great. I'll definitely do that, Miss Lopez. And if you have any questions later or need more stamps, feel free to come back. We're always here to help. Jake, thank you both so much. You made this really easy. Mr. Smith, we're happy to help, Jake. Have a great day, and don't hesitate to come by if you have more questions in the future. Miss Lopez, take care, Jake. Enjoy mailing those letters. Jake, thanks again. I will. Goodbye. Jake leaves with his receipt and stamps. Find the mistake. Incorrect sentence. Do you want add insurance for the package? Correct sentence. Do you want to add insurance for the package? Explanation. The sentence is missing to after want. The correct structure is want to add. Incorrect sentence. I need help to understand how much the stamps cost. Correct sentence. I need help understanding how much the stamps cost. Explanation. To understand is incorrect because after help, we use the gerund form understanding. 5 vocabulary words. Recipient, the person who will receive the package or letter. Insurance, protection that pays money if the package is lost or damaged. Tracking, a system that allows you to see where your package is and when it might arrive. Collectible, something special or unique that people like to collect or save. Receipt, a printed record showing proof of payment. If you want to learn how to talk to a doctor in English and feel confident during your visit, click the video here or follow the link in the description.